So I just want to show you what I've been doing. I've been making a bunny head. So you can see I've put the area for its eyes. I've done a nice kind of shape out of the core wool. This is Corridel core wool that I got from World of Wool. And I just quite literally have made this kind of round shape and added my features. So I've got the cheeks here. I've started on the kind of little bits around the nose. I'm going to come and do the detail a lot later, but I'm just going to show you how I've been putting my bunny ears together. So here are the shapes for my bunny ears. I've been doing the kind of quite flat felting with this couple of needles together, making the shape. What I started off with was just kind of laying down the core wool like so, quite literally just going over, hear the nice crunchy sound of the wool with the barbed needles, just kind of making a shape and adding to it. To get my first ear, I knew it had to be kind of about this length, so when it goes on, this is going to go a lot smaller once it's on, but kind of tracing around the kind of the shape that I want it to be. Just keep stabbing away, and then just, yeah, kind of curving around the edges. I always leave an end where I want to be able to attach the ear, so I need to leave a good old kind of end where it goes on the actual head. So I would just kind of carry on doing this, pulling up the felt, turning it over, a bit of vegetable matter in there, that'll get in the wool, it's fine though. Okay, and just go over the other side. There's no kind of amazing way of doing this, just keep going until you kind of get your general shape, go along the edges, and so on and so forth, and just kind of making the bunny ear shape. So I would carry on stabbing, doing that. As you can see, I'm kind of creating a shape that I want. Keep kind of turning it over, keep flattening. You'll find that some areas might be a little bit thin, so you'd add maybe a little bit more of the wool there. And I kind of just keep carrying on, and then I would get a single needle, and then for these kind of edges, kind of go at a sideways kind of angle, so that there's a nice kind of neat edge there. So I'm really just showing you very quickly kind of what I did, but the main thing really is to show you that I'm going to put the ears on and how I would do that. So I kind of keep doing that, keep going, and then we'll end up with a nice kind of smooth ear like this. Something that I also do is kind of fold it and go in at an angle, just to kind of really get a nice kind of flat shape, and you bend as you go. So they're my two ears. The best way of getting the right size and the right shape for your second ear is to always keep two piles of wool. If you're adding a bit to one bit of your ear, add another bit to the other pile, and so forth. And then you can actually lay your ear that you've done on top of your new piece of wool like that, and just kind of trace around the edge, a kind of line, just to kind of get the outline of where you want the next ear to be roughly, and then you'd find your line and go over and just roughly keep comparing with the new ear. But the main thing I want to show you now is just adding the ears to the bunny's head to make it look lovely and cute, ready for its eyes and nose and everything else that it needs. So this is going to be the bunny's right ear, although the left as we see it. And I've really looked at bunnies in detail, and their ears seem to really stick on top of their ear, on top of their head. So it's going to go around here. Okay, you can see that. Left these tufty edges. That's going to help me attach the ear to the head really easily. So that one's going to go there. And the other one is going to go kind of around about here. So you can see that's going to be like that. So I'm going to very roughly start stabbing this ear into the head to get it kind of where I think it should be. It's about here. I'm going to use 2 needles at a time just to really get working in. So you can see that I'm doing the kind of fringy bit to start with before I do some proper stabbing. What I don't want to do is put it on and then have to rip it all off again. So I'm just going to stab it kind of into place where I think it should go, kind of just to the corner behind the eye. And then I can always come back and do it a bit better in a minute as well. So that's kind of roughly where I want it to be. Okay, so it kind of stands up. I'm going to do the other one as well. So I'm just going to take the ear and put it where I think it should be roughly. And again, I'm just going to go do a little bit of fringe first, just to get it where I think it should be. Bunny's ears go all over the place. They're really quite cute. Like, quite literally, you could have one sticking up and the other one sticking down. So I'm just gonna stab it into place. It's quite therapeutic, stabbing away. Don't do it when you're really angry though, because you can stab your fingers and really hurt yourself. So I'm going to have him a bit more propped up, I think. So I'm going to carry on stabbing away. Really watch your fingers, that's all I can say. You want to make sure it doesn't pull off. So already I can see that that's pulling quite well, and it's not just, you know, I'm not able to just take that off really quickly. So just line them up, make sure they're in the right place. It's starting to come to life. I just love these bits when you add your ears and your eyes. They're so cute. Look at those. And as I said, these bunny ears, they just sit up when they're really like alert. They really do kind of stand up on end. If I was making a hare's head with ears, they'd even be longer, and I might even put a kind of framework inside the ears so they can be really sturdy. But I just want some nice kind of bunny ears. So once I've gone all the way kind of round, I'm going to now just also go from inside the ear. So I might just take a needle and go in like that, just so it's right the way through. Yay, that's sticking up nicely. And I'll just do the other side as well. And this really shapes the ear as well. So I've kind of got a shape already. But yeah, this is making a nice shape inside the ear and sculpting it really nicely. So I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so I need to try and get as symmetrical as I can. But look at him, he's got some ears, look at him. I'm just going to carry on really, just making sure that they're nice and firm. Look, they're not going to fall off. The other thing that you can do is use a reverse needle. The reverse needle has the barbs on kind of going the other way. And the idea with that really is to put the reverse needle in and pull out little fibres, but what I found is it actually really helps with attaching as well, so you can kind of pull out the fibres from inside and also help. But I don't think it's going to need it. I think from what I can see from this, he's attached quite well, so there you go. Gonna try and get to stick up a bit more. There you go. And there's the bunny. I hope you like him. He's got his lovely ears on.